Alrighty, hey, welcome to Barbershop.talk podcast. Now, this is the podcast where our topics are determined by the conversation that goes on in the barbershop on Saturday. That's right, I am here in Out the Way Studio in Indianapolis, Indiana. And as usual, we thank you for voting us one of the most entertaining podcasts in the city of Indianapolis. Now, I am not here alone. I'm here with my co-host, and that is KC.
Thank you, J. Rod. It is a pleasure to co-host Barbershop.talk podcast here in Out the Way Studios. And like J. Rod said, if it comes up on Saturday, it goes down on this podcast. I look forward to presenting topics we discussed in the shop, as well as the manner in which we discuss them. This would include the gamut from analytical to anecdotal, from critique to humor and fun, all in an attempt to present to the audience the real flavor of barbershop talk.
All right, KC, let's go ahead and get started. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. But one of the biggest things we have to talk about was the beef, bourbon, and cigar.
That's right.
That's right. Now, you know I slowed that down because normally I say beef and boards.
Right. Which is something totally different.
That's right. That's right. But we talk about our event. And when I say our event that we go to every year, this was the little poster that was advertised. Beef and Bourbon, July the 18th, which was last Saturday, Casey.
Yes.
And we had a ball.
It was an outstanding event, J. Rod.
This was a group here, Casey.
Mm-hmm.
You see that? That's a handsome group. Especially that guy sitting on the far, my left. Oh, I'm sorry. That was me. That was me. My bad. My bad. But it is a great group. I have to say we had a tremendous ball. It was fun. It was fantastic. I actually got to see KC smoke a cigar, which what do you do with KC? Just a couple times a year, maybe?
Yeah, I think actually I smoked more this year than I have in any previous year. So I'm probably up to about maybe 5 or 6 cigars this year.
Oh, you're moving right along. Now, with saying that, Casey, I'm glad when you said I smoked a little bit more this year. I appreciate you clarifying that because today is the day that we are officially off probation from YouTube.
Ooh, man.
Yeah.
Get these shackles off my ankles.
Yeah,
man.
get them off. So if we got a little bit more, we'd be a little bit more free. We say that cautiously, but we can be a little bit free. Yeah. And I am certain that our listeners are very happy that we are off. And I said we are off probation. Or some people like to say we are out of jail. All right. I'm going to move on because we got a big decision to make here, Casey. A big decision.
Uh-oh.
Now, you know that Barbershop.talk podcast is getting very popular, and we have a lot of invites.
Yes.
Now, we got an invite from the a public school to come in and talk to their students. Yeah, like a motivational speaker or a person that's going to share their wisdom.
Or maybe scared straight.
Oh, I'm not going to scare them, Casey. that would be you. I am not going to scare them at all.
But whatever it takes, J.
But they did say that they want us to be prepared, so they're going to send us some. Well, they did. They sent us some training videos for us to look at and make a decision if we're going to go ahead and do that or not.
So we can relate to today's students.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I figured we might as well make a decision on the air by looking at these videos, or look at the videos on the air to see what we want to do.
All right.
So let's look at the first one. So here we go. Training videos from public school asking us for or an invite to talk to their students.
Thank you for coming today, Miss Jackson. I'm just cut right to the chase. Your son is dumber than a motherfucker. He got 1 D and the rest of his classes is just 0.
I be trying, Mama. I really do. It's just hard.
I know. It's okay, baby. You got a good heart. That's all that matters. You're going to get it one day.
Mr. Luther, how dare you talk about my son like that?
See, that's y'all problem. I be trying to tell y'all goofy asses that y'all children need special classes, and y'all just don't listen. You keep trying to give this motherfucker a heart when this nigga need a brain.
Mr. Luther.
No, hear me out. Yesterday, this fool thought it'd be a good idea to flush 3 apples down the toilet to see if the plumbing could make apple juice.
Yeah, because everything was just moving.
Yeah, motherfucker, but your brain wasn't. Mom, listen, I'm telling you what this nigga needs. If you don't want to get it, you can leave my office. He needs special classes and a helmet.
No, Mr. Luther, I'll try something else. Corey, get your shit. We're leaving.
Woo-wee. That little motherfucker gonna be done forever. Glenda, send in the next group, please.
Wow. I don't know our takeaways from that.
The students have changed a lot since we attended school, J. Rod.
Well, that is true. I mean, because at the time we said Johnny got 5 apples, and then Mary took 3. How many apples did Johnny have? I have not one classmate flush the apples down the toilet to see if it makes apple juice. Now I can't say they are a little different, you know, because they struggle by telling time with a full face clock with the hands on it. If it's not digital, they have a little issue with that.
And they don't write cursive. Now that part's really not their fault because they don't teach that anymore. So
Well,
that's really on the school.
Well, maybe they should.
Yeah.
Because everybody should know, regardless of what type of clock they have in their office, when it's time to go.
Exactly.
When it's time to go, when the big hand hit the 12.
Plus, how else can they understand that no matter who you are and what you've done, you always write twice a day?
What?
Yeah.
Write twice a day? Explain that to me, Casey.
You never heard the expression, hell, even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Oh, yes, I did. Yes.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
They wouldn't understand that.
I didn't either. So you got to give me another example. Throw me in that category. But it's nothing I did pick up in that video, though, right? The parents is always defending their child, even if the child is wrong.
Right.
That's crazy.
And the thing I picked up on it is that looked like that principal or teacher, whatever it was, he really wants to do some discipline. And I think that's what these kids need. Hardcore discipline.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Now, his language, talking to students, I don't agree with. I mean, I don't think you should talk to...
Didn't you hear that kind of language when you was a kid, J. Rod?
Yes.
Apparently it worked, right?
It did. All right.
I don't have a problem with it.
All right. Well, we're going to look at this. They said a couple of...
All right, audience, calm down.
Man, they really like that, Casey.
Yeah, we're gonna give them that language when we go there.
All right, so you're gonna give that language. I'm not going there. All right. So they sent us another video because they said there's a lot of activities going on in the school. And here's an example of a situation that may come up when we're talking to them, and we need to be prepared to answer questions on the subject.
Okay.
Woo-wee, nigga, I heard what you did. How the hell did you get the neighborhood hoe pregnant?
God damn. How did you hear about that already? To be honest, Mr. Luther, I fell in love.
What the hell you mean you fell in love? How the fuck do you fall in love with community pussy? Nigga, that mean you done fell in love with all the niggas she fucked. Nigga, did you get checked?
No, I didn't get checked. It was like 2 weeks ago. But I do feel like I'm coming down with something. And I got little red spots on my dick. But I'm good, though.
Oh, Lord, nephew, the bitch done gave you herpes. Now your ass is about to have a little hurt baby. Don't bring that little motherfucker over here. Keep that nigga with his mama. And you need to leave and take that chair with your ass. Nigga. Woo-wee.
Did he say a hurt baby?
Apparently, one of the things they need is sex education.
Apparently, see, because they cannot be falling in love with the community P.
Right, and yeah, you got to use protection these days, J. Rod.
Oh, that's a matter of fact. We need to write a note of that because I got to make sure we bring that up, Casey. They got to have protection.
Yes,
that's a good one. Now, do they still have Planned Parenthood? Remember, when we was in high school, they used to hand them out free.
Well, I don't know because this government's been hammering down on Planned Parenthood and places like that the last several years.
Do you think they have the issue of we bring some in and give them out free?
Well, I ain't got no issue with it, and that's what matters.
Well, sure, I know you got a big supply of them at your house. So, no, I'm sorry, it was somebody else that had a supply at the house, not you. Not you.
I still got my old ones from way back in the day. I hope they still work.
I doubt they probably dried up by now. They probably dried up, can't even use them. Oh my goodness! Well, we got to make sure we bring some of that because that's a good topic.
Yes.
And we also got to tell the gentlemen they got to be selective.
Yeah.
And we got to tell the girls to slow it down. That's going to be hard to do with all the videos.
Yeah. Well, we got to try though. We got, cut it down to at least 2.
Okay. Tell them to narrow it down to 2. Maybe we'll bring some, what do they call those things?
Blow up dials.
No. Matter of fact, I'm glad you said that because I got your message came to me from Amazon. They're going to deliver that to the studio. So your delivery package is coming.
For demonstration purposes only.
Oh, at the school. You are absolutely right, Casey. You're absolutely right. All right, so let's find out our third training topic from the school.
Okay.
We must be prepared to answer questions on these topics.
All right,
here we go.
I'm Marin, and this is my boyfriend James. I'm a masculine presenting woman.
And I am a feminine presenting straight man.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm confused, Casey. What?
Okay, so she's a masculine presenting woman, and he's a feminine presenting straight man. And they're a couple. So
okay, all right now. Okay, from looking at their picture right here, Casey.
Yeah,
I can tell who wears the pants in that relationship, the dominant one.
True.
Right, and in fact, why they have to present it? I mean, why they got to tell us? Because in reality, Casey, if I'm looking at a straight couple, and just 10, 15 seconds of their interaction, I can tell you which one is the dominant person in that relationship.
Yeah.
And when I was growing up, a guy like that, we would say had a lot of feminine ways, grew up around a lot of girls and stuff. And a female like that, we would just simply label them as a tomboy. But they didn't have to come out and present who they are. Is that the new thing? Is that a thing now?
Unfortunately, these last couple of generations feel like they have to wear their sexuality on their sleeve. And you don't. Whatever you are, it's okay. It's cool, right? But you don't have to wear it on your sleeve.
No, no, you don't.
But there's one other question that I think is on everybody's mind, J. Rod.
Okay, what's that question?
Who's on top? Not sure. I'm not sure.
I don't know, Casey. It may be balanced. I don't know. But for looking at their picture, Casey, I'm going to say her. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. But yeah, I guess we better start practicing on our pronouns because that's a thing too, right? About pronoun, he and she and they and I don't know.
I know the standard. And I think if you 45 and older, you ain't got to change to no new pronouns. You've been saying the regular ones for too long. Now, maybe the younger generations, maybe they need to, make sure they politically correct with the pronouns. We don't have to worry about that.
I disagree with that, man. I mean, it's just a matter of respect. I'm going to call them what they want to be called. I mean,
Well, look, I ain't gonna call them what we called them when we was younger. So that's the respect right there.
Well,
but no, seriously. I'll call you by your name, and and I'll try. But if I mess up because from your appearance and I get it wrong, and it should you prefer this when you look like that, don't give me a bunch of flack about it.
Yeah, and I don't think they will because when you're trying, it shows respect, right? And if they correct you, that's called education, right? So I think that's okay. As long as you go in trying, I'm going to study the pronouns before I get there because I want to be proper. And as long as you give it a shot, KC, I think we'd be okay. Now
I'm just going to use X and Y and Z. I'm going to turn it into algebra.
I can see you doing that, being a former tutor, math tutor. But you did mention something about old, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm gonna switch gears on you. I'm gonna talk about old.
Okay.
Now the reason I want to talk about old because it seemed like to me, of course I'm getting older, and
Mhm.
every time I get up, my body is talking to me.
Mm-hmm.
Either my back is saying, don't get up so fast,
Mhm.
or my ankle going like, don't put that weight on me.
Right.
So it seems like my body is
And-
always talking to me.
And it's like roulette because you don't know what part it's going to be, right?
That's right.
Things spinning around, you just got to see where it lands. Oh, hell, it's a cramp in my toe.
That's right.
Didn't see that one coming.
That's right. Nowadays, I can sneeze and hurt my back at the same time. That's terrible, Casey. So, okay, with you getting older, Casey, what would you say?
Mhm.
What would you say is your number one complaint, body wise?
Body wise.
Yeah, just getting older.
Okay. I'm going to have to say my knee.
Knee.
That's what I have the most issues with, my knee. Mm-hmm.
See, now recently I've been having, just started this year, in fact, with my knees.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to have to talk to this AI real quick because I want to find out what is the most common joint that people have problem with when they get older.
The one they smoking.
No, not that joint. Not that joint. We just got off probation. We just got out of jail. All right, here we go. Hey, I got a quick question. What joint is the most you have the most problem with when you get older?
As we get older, the knee is typically the joint that most commonly
There we
gives
are.
people trouble, closely followed by the hips.
Oh, the hips.
My hips work fine, J-Rod.
Yeah, my hips okay right now.
Yeah.
Those are some important elements getting older. Is the hip.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. Who lose their mind the first? Who lose their mind first? Male or female, historically, when they get older?
Historically and statistically, women are more likely to develop Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia than men. This is largely because women live longer, and advanced age is the greatest risk factor for these conditions.
Well, it's probably because when they have their mental issue, it drives men to death. That's probably why they live
It's true
longer.
that stress and mental health struggles can have a really profound impact on overall well-being and longevity. There's definitely a strong connection between mental and physical health.
See, Casey, I was right.
Yeah.
Well,
You,
all right.
You know, J-Rod, I did some study on older people and health issues myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so I saw this one study that was by a well-respected institution, and they conducted it over several decades, and they found that couples over 60 who continue to maintain their normal sexual routine, they generally have better physical, mental, emotional, and physiological health. And
Wow.
And the research showed they lived significantly longer. They even established tables that allow you to predict how long you can expect to live based on your personal information.
Wait a minute. Well, hold, let me translate that. So they can predict how long I will live depending on how much sex I have.
Yeah, based on the frequency that you have and the duration during the times you have it. They can.
Well, I got a question, Casey.
Mm-hmm.
Why wasn't we part of that focus study?
Well, we weren't part of the study. However,
we want to be.
Well, I took my information, right, and I put it into to their system, and I I put in my frequency and my duration, and
They said stop something. I don't know. They try to stop here.
And so if I was to continue my frequency and duration into my 60s when I get there and beyond.
Wait a minute.
My life expectancy, J-Rod, is 152 years. Man, that's worth celebrating, J-Rod. That's 1.5 centennial. That's remarkable. I think you should. Well, thank y'all. Yeah. With my frequency and duration, yeah. I think you should give me a special gift for living to 150 years old, J-Rod. And since you won't be around when I turn 150, I think you should give it to me now.
All right. Okay, you know those old box of condoms you have? There you go.
Okay, well, remember before the show when I was asking you some very personal questions, but I wouldn't tell you why.
Okay, right? Yeah.
Well, I took that information and I put it into the program. And, well.
Boy, okay, this is not good.
Okay.
This is not good. This is not good.
So based on all your data, you got until next week. And
what the hell? Wait just a second. That could not be right.
Yeah. and since it's iffy as to whether or not you'll be here for next week's show, I think you should put a rush on my gift, J-Rod.
Okay. Well, now that you brought that, and I am now going to end up going to heaven next week. Maybe I'm going to increase my frequency. Oh, YouTube, please don't ban us. Okay. All right. I'm moving on. I'm getting out of here. I'm going to stay on the old thing. I'm going back to our Joyce talking to us. Mm-hmm. And here is a video that would demonstrate about, it starts a lady in her 30s thinking that she's younger, and she jumped off of a wall, mm-hmm. and she had a conversation with her knee. Here we go.
Bitch, I'm gonna let you know if you ever pull that shit on me again, that will be your last motherfucking day standing. I promise you that.
Now, my joints are not that raw.
Yeah, now my knee delivered that same message, but not so aggressive.
Yeah, that was very aggressive. Very aggressive. She better pay attention for sure.
She might want to think about a knee replacement.
That'd be a bad idea. Hey, now also there's some activities that we can't do anymore, mm-hmm. because our body would talk to us then. Now here's an activity that I am certain we should not do anymore. Here we go.
Come on, Rodney.
Okay, he should have known better, Casey.
Yeah. That's an activity you shouldn't do when you're young. So you damn sure shouldn't be doing it when you're old.
All right. Do you want to know what body part that was talking to him when he did that, Casey?
It was several, but the one that was screaming the loudest probably was his back.
No, it was his belly. Yeah. Look at that. It goes,
oh, shoot.
Put me back. Button that shirt up.
Or maybe I think I'm in labor.
That is hardcore. Now, we don't want to go out in the world looking like that.
Yes.
And especially for me, since I got the next week. Here I come.
J-Rod, that little toy or game or whatever it's called, slip and slide.
Yep.
When you get above a certain age, you do everything you can not to slip and slide.
You are absolutely correct, Casey. You are absolutely correct. Hey, first of all, let me tell you this, Casey. Mm-hmm. You see down here, it says Unc went down.
Yes.
Now, every time I see Unc, mm-hmm. I think about how the younger generation transition or change names on me during the time, right? Because the first when I get in order, they call me old school.
Mm-hmm. And that was okay.
That was fine. I like old school because I equivalent that with wisdom.
Yeah.
Then they started calling me OG. Eek. I didn't like that at all. What's up with that, OG? Ooh, I didn't like that. Then they start calling me Unc. Right? I'm like, oh, if it's not my nieces or nephew, I prefer for them not to call me Unc. And now they call me Old Timer. It's just getting worse, KC. It's getting worse, KC.
Yeah, they keep elevating your age, man.
It is getting worse.
Yeah.
Now, it's one thing I can't say. I think you said this earlier when we was talking. Is that at least they're saying it in a very respectful manner.
Yeah, they're trying to be respectful. You know, so you have to give them that much, right?
Yes.
But it's just that, like, some of them, like we said, old school sounds, that's okay.
Yeah, that's
okay. We
okay.
old school to our heart anyway.
Yeah, you're right.
But old timer, that's dangerous. Like, I ain't my great grandfather. What are you talking about?
You gotta save that. You know, they gotta save that, KC, for those men at the Beef and Bourbon. Those folks. Excluding us.
I was gonna say we was there, J. Rod.
Yeah, well, excluding us, KC. I'm saying excluding us. All right. But getting old, I'm embracing it.
Yeah.
Yes. In fact, I even got a song. It's my anthem for getting old. And I think every older person or in the older generation, we should embrace this song and accept it.
Yeah, you can't fight it. It's gonna happen, so you have to embrace it.
All right, now you listen to this and you tell me if you're gonna adopt this song. It's called Getting Old.
Getting old. I can feel it in my back. Even my line and pushing back. All snap, I'm getting old. I can't remember things. What's that popping sound coming from my knees? Oh, jeez. I swear I heard my brain trying to keep up with all the new slang. Come on, man. And I guess this is what we want. We at the age where we get caught on teeing. Getting old. Hey, this is how life goes. Youngins calling us big sis and big bro. I'm like,
See, I just love that song, Casey. But the problem I have, all the young folks were singing it.
Yeah, there wasn't no old folks singing that. Now, I could relate to the words.
Yes, indeed.
I could relate to the words. But yeah, how are these people in the prime of life? They just entering the beginning of the prime of life talking about they getting old.
But the lyrics are spot on, Casey.
They were.
You know, because it seems like to me that the slang is changing. You know, and if you're not in the mix of it, you don't understand.
Yeah.
And in technology, you got to stay on top of technology. You got to stay on top of technology. I don't care how old you get. Do the best you can.
Yeah.
Because that's just going to keep evolving.
Yeah. And it's going to allow you to stay connected to what's going on.
Yeah. And I think a lot of corporations, they are making the assumption that you have the basic knowledge of technology, which I don't totally agree with that. Because remember you apply for a job that you can go to the facilities and write out an application and turn it in. Not so much anymore. Now you got to do a lot of stuff online. And I think that was a disadvantage. Now it's getting better now, but I thought that was a disadvantage because they just assumed that everybody had a computer.
Yeah.
They just assumed everybody had the internet. And I think those assumptions are wrong. So.
Yeah, because there was a time in which desktop computers was kind of standard in homes, right? Now, these kids, your phones are computers. And so the last generation and a half, they don't get desktops. They don't get those computers. Now, some of them might get laptops, but, their phone is their computer.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. A lot of them use tablets too. iPad, Android tablets. But it is moved into that direction. All right, so we're saying that, Casey. It look like we got to do our homework. Get it? Homework to talk to the school students.
Just you wove it all together.
Yes, I did.
What a segue.
Hey, before we get into our history moment, which is today, is more like education, history education, not educational history, but how things evolved that we should be real of. But before we do that,
hey, I just want to remind you, if you haven't liked, shared, and subscribed, please do so now. We're trying to up our numbers and appreciate your help. Thanks again for visiting Barbershop.talk podcast.
Yeah, see, we sincerely want that.
Oh, absolutely.
Sincerely want that.
We want big numbers.
That's right. Go with the big KC. All right, big KC. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna look at this history, and we might make some comments before we close out. But here we go.
Look at any crowd of people today, and you'll notice something interesting. We are all part of the same species. We have the same bones, the same blood, the same brains, and we all come from the same ancient human family. Yet our skin comes in many different shades, from very dark brown to very light pink. For a long time, people tried to explain these differences in the wrong ways. They created stories, groups, and labels. Some even believed skin color meant that humans belonged to completely different kinds of people. But biology tells a very different story. Skin color was never about separating humans. It was simply the result of a challenge that every human body had to solve, a challenge that came from the sun. The surprising truth is that the same sun that helped humans survive could also harm them. Over thousands of generations, our ancestors had to find a balance. Too much sunlight could cause problems. Too little sunlight could cause problems too. So why do humans have different skin colors? The answer begins long before countries, borders, or modern ideas about race existed. It begins in Africa, where our ancestors lived under a powerful sun. Most mammals are protected by fur. Fur acts like a shield. It blocks sunlight before it reaches the skin. But human ancestors gradually lost most of their fur. Scientists still discuss exactly when this happened, but the main reason was heat. Animals covered in thick fur can overheat when moving under the hot sun. Humans developed a different solution. We became excellent sweaters. Sweat cools the body, allowing people to walk, run, and hunt for long periods in hot environments. But there was a cost. Once most of the fur was gone, human skin was directly exposed to sunlight. Near the equator, sunlight contains large amounts of ultraviolet radiation, also called UV light. Too much UV light can damage DNA and harm important parts of the body. One of those important substances is folate, a vitamin that helps build cells. Look amounts of vitamin D. If people get enough, repair DNA and support healthy pregnancies. If too much UV light destroys folate, it becomes harder to have healthy children. Because of this, early humans needed protection. That protection came from melanin. Melanin is the natural substance that gives skin its color, but it does much more than that. It acts like a shield, helping protect the body from harmful UV rays. People with more melanin have darker skin, which provides stronger protection under intense sunlight. This is why populations whose ancestors lived near the equator for many generations usually have darker skin. Their bodies adapted to environments with strong UV radiation. Dark skin was not about appearance, it was about survival. But then humans began to move. Over many thousands of years, people left Africa and spread across the world. They crossed deserts, traveled along coastlines, moved through forests, and eventually reached colder regions with weaker sunlight. Suddenly, a new problem appeared. The issue was no longer too much sunlight. The issue was not enough sunlight. Human bodies need UVB light from the sun to produce vitamin D. This vitamin is essential for strong bones, healthy growth, and a functioning immune system. Without enough vitamin D, people can develop serious health problems. In places where sunlight was weak for much of the year, dark skin blocked too much of the limited UVB light available. As a result, people with lighter skin had an advantage because their bodies could produce vitamin D more easily. Over many generations, lighter skin became more common in some regions. This is something many people misunderstand. Skin color is not mainly linked to temperature. Cold weather does not make skin lighter. Sunlight does. If you look at a map of skin color around the world, it closely follows levels of UV radiation, not levels of heat. But the story is not always simple. Some groups living in far northern regions did not become extremely pale. One reason is diet. Traditional foods such as fish and marine animals contain large amounts of vitamin D.
Now, see, that is what people should understand and explain to children why people had different skin tone.
Right. And that there are not several races. There's one race, the human race.
That's right.
We have differences based on historically the environments where our people were at.
Absolutely. I think if this world realized that we all came from Africa, our behavior would be much different. because that means that we are all linked in some way.
Mm-hmm.
And I do understand that, humans adapt to their environment,
Yeah.
right? So that makes a lot of sense. And I also like the way that they explained about in the cold Arctic, where they talk about Eskimos that have like a tan complexion,
Mm-hmm.
and it's because of their diet,
Right.
right?
Because they're still getting plenty of folate.
Yeah.
Foliate.
That is amazing.
It is. And, when I was reading that piece, it reminded me of something. I don't know if you ever heard of like Ancestry.com, those kind of things, where you can trace back your family roots. So I did something similar several years ago and traced my roots back. And I went back, like 10,000 years. And that reminded me of something. Yeah. So about 10,000 years ago, how they were saying that, our ancestors had fur.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, my ancestors had mink fur.
Mink.
Yeah, and so that was pretty cool.
I'm not surprised that your ancestries had mink. Oh boy! Now you know something. I'm curious. I'm curious, KC, because they said that AI really gathered their information off of the internet. What's ever out on the internet, and kind of like combined it for you.
Not solely, but partly. But they incorporate all kind of stuff.
All right. Name a few sources that they get it from.
So I actually saw. I heard on a radio program. They were talking to one of these AI developers, and the reason why they talking to them because they're being sued for their content.
Okay.
So they actually take a lot of books and stuff that are written,
Mm-hmm.
and they read all the material from the books into the AI system. And a lot of these authors said, hey, we won't get paid for the content that you're putting in this AI.
Oh.
So there's actually several different sources, but internet is one of them.
Yeah. Now, the reason I brought that up is because some people take AI as 100% accurate, and it's not true.
No, it's not.
Because they are taking information from sources. Now, it seems like to me, if you use AI in a generic form, it will give you the most common knowledge out there. I'm going to challenge this for a second. We didn't do this prior to the show, but I'm going to see. I'm going to ask AI: Did the human race start in Africa?
Okay.
And see what we get.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a second question for you. Is the human race origin Africa?
Yes, the current scientific consensus is that modern humans originated in Africa.
Well, I like that.
Yeah.
So you actually got the right information for a change. Very good.
That was one of those
glad
books.
to provide accurate.
Uh-oh. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead and finish your statement.
No problem at all. I was just saying that I try to provide accurate information consistently. What else was on your mind?
Anything else, Casey?
Yes. And now this is real scientific. What are you doing Saturday night?
As an AI, I don't really have plans or a schedule like that, but I'll be ready to help you with whatever you might need anytime.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't.
So you're free then, right?
She don't know what she walked into right there. Oh my god! All right. Well, he put dating online to a whole new different level. We're closed out of here, Casey. You are going to get us banned from YouTube again.
Thank you for listening to Barbershop.talk podcast. Please tell your family, friends, and enemies about our podcast, Barbershop.talk, available on your favorite podcast platforms. Let's have peace in the streets. Be safe, be wise, and be loved. And we say, go mob.
Bad bitches, money count on, cash.